characters that ever appeared on Lost. Everyone used to say, hey, when are you going to show people from the background? So we did, and then they said, whoa, I meet these two. And I think that we collectively were like, all right, well, you know, let's bury them alive.
You know what? We wrote that episode where they got buried alive, and we had a lot of fun writing it. And it was a lot of fun.
And they were great actors.
Rodrigo and
they were fun
Keely.
to write for, but that was a Lost fans universally said, no.
Not everything's going to work the way you want it to, and when things don't work, you try to adjust and try to make it, you know, work, you know, at least end in a way that's fun for the audience.
Right. This is a very similar line. Suffocation, yes.
So, along the same line, it seems like the part of it, again, the storytelling was the openings moving, the actors played up, right? What had the plans in there? What, knowing you have all these, you know, stakes and this whole story planned out, how did you play the story?
Well, you know, we just didn't get to tell that story.
Like we didn't, in other words, like his individual story wasn't told, like we didn't tell it fully in the way we wanted to, but as far as the overarching story, it didn't.
What am I listening to?
Just my scene.
An email popped up.
I'm in Madison, man. What? Oh, Echo?
Echo.
You did not want to be on the show.
Sure.
But you know, but your question is like, how did we then, of course, correct for that in terms of the storytelling? And with that, it was the function of what was going on with the tail section, people, all those, the story still unfolded in the same way. It's just we then had to have things like, you know, the way, you know, Locke reacted to his death, for example, and all that, you know, happened sooner than it would have happened otherwise, and we had to sort of push forward a little bit in the development of how
It was a real crisis moment because
it was difficult. It was truly.
I remember it, you know, like yesterday, like we all huddled around late at night and realized we were going to be there all night. We had to you know, of course, we had to say, okay, we can't tell that story. We had a lot of stuff planned for the season.
So
we had to
it was the first of season 3. It was episode 5 of season 3 when he died, and so
we kind of heard rumblings, so we kind of had a plan B.
Well, we did right going into season 3,
yeah.
so to really go into the process of it, and this will give you an insight into the process overall. Is between seasons, we always get together and meet for a few weeks in what we call mini camp, where we sort of plot out big picture stuff for the next season. And after season 2, when we realized he wasn't coming back, we had to sort of adjust planning for season 3, which led to figuring out, okay, if we're going to lose him in episode 5, we have to sort of get all this storytelling stuff. So the story we wanted to do with him, the important stuff, we pushed into those first 5 episodes. And then, once he was gone, the others would be pushed up into that.
Yeah, it was a bummer, because he would be really cool to have around right now.
He was great.
Yeah. You way in the back.
So you guys obviously both have a good sense of humor and you like joking around. Do you ever want to write a comedy? Or is drama kind of what works for you right now? Or?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's we're funnier in person.
Yeah, I mean, I think write comedy. It's like, you know, it's like you like to put humor into things, but like I don't know.
Yeah, we started out in comedy, and
that didn't work out.
I think we found that we were much better burying people alive having someone fall down.
Speaking of that, did you guys love blowing up Lana?
I watched last night. You should if you're here. We never love killing anyone, but if you are going to kill them, but if you get out of it, blow them up.
Well, in that case, we hope the audience would be like, we're not really going to do it just like art, but yeah, we did. Oh, I'm sorry.
They're over there on the way in.
What, in terms of the delay between production and airtime, what has been the hardest secret for you guys to keep from friends, family?
Oh, it's in the final episode of the series.
Of what's happened so far.
You know what? Our friends and family are pretty cool. They don't really ask us, and they're kind of like they don't want to know. It's hard to keep any of the secrets because, quite truthfully, what we're working on and what airs. You know, like the finale's written, it's being shot right now, and last night I know that, yeah, I can't remember what was last night.
this is the problem.
Well,
We don't
so,
remember what aired.
right, so if you get us in the right moment, we could just slip up and be like, wait, we didn't reveal that yet? So that's, the hardest is all of it, because, you know, as hard as it is to follow the show, imagine trying to keep track of it.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like moving from Madison to Los Angeles?
Eye-opening. It was, you know, oddly, coming from Madison, everyone seemed to move to New York and Chicago, and no one really moved to LA, so there was that, you would talk to your friends, and they'd be like, hey, it's just like Madison, but we're in New York, and you were like, hey, we don't know where to go. Home alone. But
And we knew no one.
we knew no one. But you know, I mean, it's just like coming to college, really. 'Cause once you realize is that when you get into Hollywood, everyone, you know, you're going to befriend a lot of people that are, you start out entry level, and everyone that's 22, they're looking to make friends too. So, but it was fun to be in a place, I think, that where you felt like things were happening, you know, and it was cool. And you know, I would steal my boss's premiere tickets, and you would go to your first movie premiere, and it was cool.
In the back.
You.
Oh, okay. So like ever since fans started sort of picking apart every little tiny reference to every book and movie and magazine that's mentioned in the show, have you found yourself like being super conscious of that and choosing these things really carefully, or do you just like put random stuff in?
No,
that
we
pop
do
up?
it very consciously, and like for example, in Dr. Linus, which we wrote earlier this year, we put The Chosen in there.
Which is all about candidates.
Which was, you know, a favorite book of ours, and it also felt relevant to the show. So yeah, that stuff is all really thought out, because we know people like to pick it apart. So
In fact, even there was season 3 when we did rock in high school, and I just want to see how clever the fans are, and we put in a picture of a random 19th century explorer, and literally an hour after the show, people got it. We didn't even write the name right, it was just a photo of a guy from like 1850, and that night they got it like that. I was like, all right, I'm not going to fuck with anyone. You guys are smarter than me, and I apologize. You.
Well, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but how much of an impact do like fans' opinions have on the writing of the actual script, or does it?
Writing the script, not much, because again, like right now, what aired last night, the finale's being shot, so it's too late. Personally and emotionally, it can be tough.
Yeah.
They're like, worst episode ever. But eat these guys.
you know, it's tough, but it's also, it's like, it's a huge impact in the sense that like, we know we're writing for an audience, so we want to please our audience, but it's not impacted directly, and like we listen, and first of all, it wouldn't be possible given
Right.
the production schedule, and second, it's probably not the best way to write. You've got to sort of trust your instincts.
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of try to do the show we all like, and we just pray that everyone likes it.
A lot of people say like theories and stuff about that Lost is gonna have a very religious and like Christianity roots. I was wondering if there's anything.
I think you can, the thing with the Bible is all stories, it feels like, have a basis in that. So I think that you can interpret anything that way. I can tell you that there is no
Jesus doesn't appear at the end.
There is no ulterior Christian motive. Are there themes? Well, the theme of the show is faith versus science. So faith means something to everybody,
Right.
no matter what religion you are. But there is no, it's more about faith versus science than it is a specific religion. Nor are we trying to be overly religious.